And so from 16 teams down to 4, with the chance of lifting a trophy just 2 wins away. These teams will have the juices running, friends pitted against each other, opportunities for others with the international players away. And a healthy dose of revenge planned from previous clashes, not least in that final last year when the Blues didn't just beat Gloucester, they humiliated them. And it makes for an interesting cocktail here at the Cardiff City Stadium. One of the shortest selectorial meetings for Di Young and his coaches, no doubt. Pick the fit ones and just 2 fit props in the squad. So Tongan Tau Felice and 19-year-old Scott Andrews start. Paul Tito is captain from lock. 2 cannonball runners in the back row. Xavier Rush, soon to be an Ulsterman, is number 8. And Andy Powell, who makes his first start since the M4 Munchies excursion, is blindside. Gareth Cooper played for Gloucester last season. Kerry Sweeney fly half. Casey Laulala is the ignition switch, he's 13. Tom James trained with Wales all week and starts on the right wing. And it's worth underlining there are 11 full internationals in the 15. These boys mean business. Well, this is the Gloucester team picked by Brian Redpath. And as with the home side, 2/3 of the lineup full internationals. In the front row, Olivier Zam knuckles down with Paul Doran-Jones, who got a cap for England in the autumn. Akapusi Ngera, big threat at open side. 2 ex-Gloucester skippers either side of him in Peter Buxton and Jake Boer. Fly half Nicky Robinson's played 8 years of competitive rugby for the Blues before coming to Gloucester this season. This match will have been ringed in the calendar for a while. Wing Leslie Vainicolo running hot at the moment. James Simpson-Daniel, always so creative. The captain is World Cup winner Mike Tyndall. As for the replacements, well, possible debuts await for Props Ian George and Nathan Trevitt. They've responded to the SOS calls from Di Young and make a big step up from playing in the Welsh Premiership. For Gloucester, Geordie Pascalin came off the bench to help England under-20s beat Scotland in Glasgow on Friday. Now the chance to play in a semi-final cup competition. Alistair Dickinson passed a late fitness test. So no doubt there's been a gentle reminder of last year's final defeat. That'll ring in their ears and be felt in their stomachs. Embarrassed 50-12 at Twickenham. Now at last the chance to deliver a nasty body blow in return. Gloucester have got their season up and running, winning 6 of the last 8, and can be a killer outfit.
Didn't welcome back to his home ground or to the home city for Nicky Robinson as well. Big game for him. So an interview earlier on with Graham Simmons, how much he was looking forward to this, coming back here to Wales to play. He's a big favourite, really has asserted himself in this role outside half for Gloucester. And he's done that alongside a very physical midfield as well. From Ioannis Apollo and Tyndall today, he's had Tim Molinal as well, and that has helped the re-emergence of this Gloucester team. Really have turned their season around, far more physical now, and going to put a big physical challenge to the Cardiff Blues.
Well, you're right. Yeah, they've not felt the sunshine of last season yet, have they? But is this the ray of hope, the opportunity to make 2010 a memorable one?
Talked about a physical challenge that Gloucester will pose today. Casey Laulala has been a big hit since you right. Doesn't run predictable angles at all. Offers something slightly different, as you would imagine from a New Zealander. Intelligent angles of running, as well as a physical presence as well. And his midfield partnership with David Hewitt's going to be important for the Blues today. His carrying ability and attacking angles as well. But as Scott Cornell talked about him in the studio, and also Di Young, the coach as well, was no, you've got to establish a forward platform first. So that'll be interesting to begin with.
The referee, George Clancy from Ireland. The conditions are quite perfect. Spring is here. It's been a long winter, hasn't it? So a test of character as much as personnel and tactical nous now maybe for the Blues. Hurt by injuries, international call-ups.
Okay, Captain.
Up against the likes of Vainicolo, who's beginning to run hot. Nicky Robinson, how he'd love to put one over his old team. He starts this semi-final. Rush taps it back. Cooper, ex of Gloucester, 2 years. And Nicky Robinson, welcome. Tito going in with a hit, and he was saying he was looking forward to providing his old teammate with a warm welcome, and there he delivers.
Yeah, certainly felt that hit there. Got up and plenty of height on that. Chase to get there.
Little chip from Freddie Burns, who's been playing fly half for England under-20s throughout the under-26 Nations games.
And that's an intelligent kick back down to the corner as well. Talking about how much he was looking forward to being back here in Cardiff. It was a very warm welcome for Nicky Robinson, but he took the catch well under pressure.
So the Cardiff Blues line out against Leinster, just 11 from 16 last week, to their standard, but the first line out from Thierry Thomas hits the mark.
Leave it now, too, Red.
British-Irish Lion Cooper hoists that one high. Vainicolo takes it. Nobody challenged for him in the air, but Tom James, trained with Wales this week, brings him to the floor. Nasty one for Robinson to try and pick up, but there on hand was Buxton, his 9th year at the club, sweeping up for his fly half. Simpson Daniel whipping it out to Tyndall, enjoying pitch sign. 4 months out with a hamstring problem.
Stop.
Burns well positioned. Robinson is there. Up it goes. Vainicolo is chasing. Beautifully taken.
Yeah, well taken there by Rush. Slightly off balance, still managed to keep his eyes on the ball.
Sweeney, nice pass to Lalala in front of the man. There's Tito, but the referee says no. You're going to have to stop. Forward pass. Rush. Okay, he's got the biff and the muscle, but he's got plenty of skill.
Yeah, kept his eyes on that ball, came over his shoulder as well, and off balance. Terrific take there on the up and under. And then the Blues looking to go wide there. Paul Tito enjoyed having a little bit of a stroll up that left wing. Didn't look that forward to me, but Jos Clancy was in exactly the right position to make that call.
Going to be an interesting tussle up front. Nick Wood will look to have a go at Scott Andrews, the 19-year-old from Wales, but this is now Gloucester. Tyndall. Burns straightening up. He gets put to the floor. Tyndall scored a lovely try last week against Wasps.
Well, probably needed Vainicolo came in on a scissors there to play Burns.
Blues coming up quickly and getting hold of Will James. Some useful passages of play now from Gloucester. Blues desperately defending. Looks like they might have turned that over.
Number 4.
First chance of 3 points, though, go to the visitors.
Back you go.
Gloucester really are stretching the Cardiff Blues defence, but they're also recycling the ball very, very quickly. Good angles to run in, clearing the ball very quickly. That is on a plate for David Lewis to move and attack the next angle. Again, you see Ongera trying to offload there, but players are able to hold their depth because of the quality of the ball we won as they're recycling.
Robinson looks as though he's going to be remembering this game for all sorts of reasons. He's expecting a little bit of attention from his old mates.
I didn't see how he got injured then, just didn't see whether we can see how he got injured, but he wouldn't want this game to be over for him this early in. Barely 3.5 minutes into the game.
Yeah, 8 years, this is his hometown. 8 years at Cardiff Blues.
And obviously Brian Redpath would not want his outside half to go off the field this early.
He looks as though, having taken his time, he'll be all right. Freddie Burns, the England under-20s fly half, could slot in, but Robinson wants, no doubt, to complete this match and win this match with him at the pivot.
I enjoyed some good times of the Cardiff Blues. And Nicky Robinson, at times bedeviled by inconsistency, but when he was on form, a terrific performer for the Blues, and he really has got some consistency in his game as well. He's enjoying himself. He's been far more assertive, taking the role and responsibility of a 10 and a lead out in that field as well.
Just a couple of steps, and it's not working quite yet. He can't quite believe it.
No, it's not probably what he wanted to do after being brushing himself off the floor after being hurt, to take a kick at goal as well. It's not the strength of his game, goal kicking. He is a terrific runner of the ball and got a very cultured left boot from hand.
Chasers.
Sweeney long. Nicely taken by Simpson-Daniel. Burns. Sweeney well positioned.
Stop now, Nine, stop.
Now driving that one.
Stop you.
The crowd trying to entice the touch judge to
Side, stop,
put his
Nine.
flag up. Robinson was close, but
Yep.
now just as far as James, who loves to counter. Ball being whipped through the hands. Alala, lovely runner. So often makes the half break.
Yeah, and he was looking there, ball in two hands to offload as he was going to the ground as well, looking for a supporter in there, but plenty of width from both sides at the moment.
Advantage.
Ball not quite going to hand.
Knock on, scrum.
But they're looking to play the wide channels where possible, Jan.
Certainly looking to counter-attack every opportunity they get, looking at good wide passing. Yet another good pass here from Xavier Rush, looking to release. Blah, blah. And again, he looked to offload as well. He didn't want to go to ground.
Time off.
But the runner there overrun the passer. You've got to give time for the passer to offload properly. Hold your depth, especially when the ball's as good as that ball. There's no reason to be overrunning the passer.
Brian Redpath in his rookie season, one of the most experienced bosses in Britain, up against Dai Young, who is the most experienced. And well, he's the longest serving head coach in Britain, 8 years.
Bit closer, bring it closer.
Bit of wits.
Both these director coaches have not enjoyed the first half of the season, but the confidence is coming back, the form is coming back into this team, both these teams.
Away now, Nine.
Cooper did well there to make the tackle.
Hands up, back row.
Looked a solid platform from
Release the ball.
Gloucester. Nice to get a scrum in and away without all those resets that we saw at the Calcutta game yesterday. Bit of a breeze, but that was well taken and plenty of space found there.
Yeah, not a good kick there by Chris Chekai. Really wasteful. Gave Nicky Robinson a lot of time. Well taken by Nicky Robinson, and looked up, plenty of space behind.
Use the line, Blues.
Just to nudge that ball back towards the 22 of the Cardiff Blues.
Thrower, listen to me. Stand in line with the touch judge.
There's the
Red
Welsh international,
off the mark.
Paul James.
You bring it up to the map, Blues.
Look at that, the Blues not getting anywhere close to Gloucester's line. Bit of a mess at the front.
Stay inside now here.
Blues just about get away with it, but still nasty ball for Cooper.
Yeah, very messy there from the Blues. As you said, they spend a lot of time in their own territory at this moment in time. But you've got to get that platform. Easy way out of it. You've got to get that solid platform to give you half-backs opportunity to make sure you play in the right areas of the field.
The Blues pushed back into their 22. They got 5 wins on the trot before last week when they were beaten by Leinster.
Well cleaned up there by Rhys Thomas. Ball going back, ball top back by Tito.
Nice weight there, difficult, but Vanacola times his run forward well. He managed to cut the volcano down. Robinson waits, the blue wall comes up quickly, and Guerra, who's such an exciting player, takes it up. Robinson out wide, Tyndall managed to chip it on. Simpson-Daniel waits and has to go to clear the ruck with Burns at the bottom.
Very aggressive Blues defence there, really up quickly.
Robinson, Fumano Sapolo, straightened up by Buxton.
Yeah, he needed straightening up as well. Lateral there from Gloucester. Someone needs to pick angles.
Gloucester fighting for the gain line, but it's robust so far. Azam, the French international. Guerra. And there's Powell getting a bit of attention, getting chewed out the back. Looking for this quick ball, so maybe they could release it wide, and not yet. And the double tackle goes in.
There's the ball, leave it forward.
A huge amount of possession here, but stubborn defence from the Blues.
Still driving, just trying to get inside the 22, and the Blues defensive line is good, but now the indiscipline comes, and there's a chance maybe for Nicky Robinson with this penalty.
Will James did well at the end there, stayed on his feet, kept that drive going. A lot of possession for Gloucester. That's what Gloucester need more. Stay on your feet, keep that drive going, go beyond the first line of defence. That's what you need. You just need that. That drive from Will James, it kept that leg drive going. It's important in the modern game. You go beyond that first line of defence. Plenty of blue jerseys there, it's stubborn defence. And again, Gloucester are enjoying so much possession. The bulk of the game played in the Blues territory as well. And that's 27 tackles made already compared to 6. 10 minutes into the game. That's pretty ominous, the Blues at this moment in time, if that trend was to continue for the rest of the game.
This is a challenging angle. That's much better. Beautifully struck, and the visitors 3-0 up.
And that's from the wrong side of the field for him as a left-footed kicker as well. Lovely strike, very lazy. Iconic style of his kick in there. He'd be pleased to get that under his belt.
Solidly taken by Jake Moore, of course, who was enticed out of retirement by Gloucester earlier in the season. Blair. The two All Blacks combining. Rush. Ooh, he does go full throttle into contact, doesn't he?
Ball off the ground, good contest.
Gloucester do the business. This is the Blues now enjoying rare possession. All lined up. Felice and Powell there. Just waiting. Bounce of the ball's going to be key. It's dry conditions, and it's all the way back for the scrum.
Yeah. Right idea from Laulala. That ball just bounced the last thing the Blues wanted. Yeah, they wanted to spend some time in Gloucester territory. But this is the distance Nicky Robinson gets to this kick. Ben Blair's catching that back near his own 22. Nicky Robinson kicked it from his own 22. That means the Blues are having to bring that ball back from deep inside their own half. That distance and that first kick is important.
Time off.
The rest brings that ball back well. Terrific tackle there by Freddie Burns. But that's what Nicky Robinson gives you from 10. That distance and that first kick. You see now trying to put that ball down towards the Gloucester line. But a very short dead ball area in the stadium.
But I'll try and talk you through it. If I say leave it, just...
Rhys Thomas down. He was off and on a little bit against Leinster last week, and of course Gareth Williams is injured as well, and Dai Young will be very keen for this fella to stay on the pitch. Dowden is the reserve hooker.
Time back on.
He's all right.
Yeah, a lot of inexperience for the Blues on the bench.
Keep it straight here.
And Nick Wood on this near side. The England Saxon will be looking to maybe have a go at Scott Andrews. Feeding.
Wow. Dewi Morris will be ecstatic over that. A crooked feed, we don't see that very often. Hallelujah. Oh yes. That's 45 degrees, that was.
Difficult swirling ball, and it's been knocked on, and maybe this is the opportunity that the Blues were looking for.
There was no advantage. Knock on, scrum.
In your experience, did Dowie ever feed in his days?
Don't touch the ball after you've been seeing.
Dewi would swear in the Bible he never put a feed in cricket. Always straight down the middle. Both sides are finding that swirling ball. There is a fair gust out there, wind at the moment. The ball goes up in the air. It does drift around a bit.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
So good platform
Break it up.
for the Blues, and James and Blair have come really wide here.
First of all, get the bind up off the ground. Yes, I'll do my best.
Tom James off the pitch at the
closer,
moment.
wait for engage now, Blues. Crouch. Touch. Pausing.
Referee getting frustrated, so a chance now for 3.
Binding on the arm and then going in.
Clancy not messing about at scrum time.
Lining straight in. That's what you want from a referee. Very strong with his decisions. Very early into the game as well, and hopefully that'll sort out any issues. How often do we see scrums being reset in yesterday's internationals, particularly England and Scotland? So often, so much time is wasted resetting scrums. So if you get a very assertive referee first up, it sets the tone. So hopefully that'll have a bearing in future scrums in this game. Says I with my fingers and arms crossed.
Blair got 1 from 5 last match against Leicester, usually an 80% kicker. Has he ironed out the kinks? That's the angle, that's the view. And that is absolutely perfect.
Glos will be relieved. Glos supporters will be relieved as well. Didn't spend much time in the Gloucester half at all. On their first visit, they get 3 points in the back of it, so that'll ease a little bit of the pressure, give them a bit of comfort as well. And when your goal kicker slots the first one straight down the middle, it's always a good feeling.
Lovely high restart from Robinson. And it's Gloucester that win the ball. Robinson to Tyndall. Tyndall deciding to straighten and finding Tito.
Yeah, big tackle in by Tito. They needed to make that tackle.
Just nudging that one to Blair. Has he got time to hammer it high? He has.
Okay.
Burns for Maano Sapolo. Head down, just charging through. Good go forward there from him.
Good balance on his feet as well, that step.
Robinson, good pass as well, and not quite working in the wider channel. Simpson Daniels so often makes the right decision.
Yeah, they should get rid of that. Maano Sapolo, lovely balance, good power, low centre of gravity as well. Gets past that first tackle, potentially from Felice. Andy Powell barely gets hold of him, but he crosses the gain line, makes life a lot easier for the next wave of attacks. Gloucester didn't make the most of it, but that's what Maano Sapolo gives you.
Tito climbs high, Cooper whips it out, well plucked by Rush. 5 years at the Blues, but off to Ulster next season. Cooper just checking his target. Blair keeping it in field, of course, because it was passed back in. Burns pushing that one behind James. It's Chekai. Got a good angle.
Stop.
Burns, that was flat at best. Maano Sapolo, back to Burns. It's worked well. Tyndall. Gloucester will be so pleased to see him back in the side. And it's Sweeney that now looks for the wide open spaces behind Robinson. Oh, the ball works brilliantly for Sweeney. Taken quickly.
Gloucester in the end did well there, because Kerry Sweeney's kick was a terrific kick. Found space behind. That ball over the top. Ricky Robinson hoping that ball was going to stay in field. Didn't roll into touch, but the presence of mind to quick throw for Freddie Burns to kick that ball back down towards the halfway. So pressure relieved.
To the tail. There's Tito, the ex-Hurricanes lock. Just making sure it's good. Azam with the tackle. On halfway, Sweeney hovers and waits, but it's not going to get to him quite yet. Now he's got it. Inside, massive hit going in there from Nkera. Oh, he puts in a super Fijian special there. Pressure from Azam. Making sure Sweeney doesn't quite get the distance he would want. And Nicolo, has he taken that one in?
That was a terrific tackle by Nkera there. Lined up his man, inside pass from Sweeney, and Scott Morgan being driven back, man and ball by Nkera. That's what Akapusi Nkera gives to Gloucester, physical edge, as well as the dynamic ball carrier. Very good physical.
Quite a battle for possession there at the tail. Brown went up for it. good ball now for the Blues, getting that turnover. James, all muscle and bustle. Powell, this is his first start since his excursions after the Wales game. He'll be looking forward to making a point. Oh, and the Blues are through. Here's James. We know how dangerous he is. The chip. Now they collect. Simpson-Daniels racing back. Oh, the bounce was cruel for Simpson-Daniel. Has James got it down?
Tony, can you hear me?
Well, if he has, it's a miraculous effort by James and a blistering try if he did manage to get it down.
And you can also check if there's a push.
We'll be going to the video ref, Tony Rowlands.
Okay.
The iron.
Oh, he grounded it, but I think he knocked it forward to begin with. I think it's a terrific effort. I think he's hurt himself in doing so.
And there was also a call from Clancy there. Was there a push?
He nearly grabs it there. That'd been a sensational try. He just goes it as he grounds it. He definitely grounds it.
Did James push Simpson-Daniel? And Simpson-Daniel was trying to collect there, that push. That's what Clancy was asking to be looked at.
I think he's done some damage to his shoulder in trying to score that try. Yeah, it's whether he pushed him off there. It's whether they consider that enough of an offence to prevent that, but give an attempt.
Yes. Yep. Yes.
Hewitt.
Yes.
Looking as though he's struggling. Gavin Evans getting ready to come on.
Okay. So you think there's foul play by... All right, thank you. No try. Push.
And there, as we were having a close look at the push, just a nudge there was enough to stop maybe Simpson-Daniel collecting that ball.
Penalty here.
Terrific effort to get away from initially. Shrugs past two tackles, picks the ball up, goes to the meat. Lovely little chip over the top. Simpson-Daniel does well to get back. Just a little push in the back, just pushes Simpson-Daniel off that ball.
Great skill from James there, but also respecting Simpson-Daniel, rapid to get back there. And the line-out not quite working for Gloucester, and the Blues pile in to try and get those 5 points that were denied them just earlier.
Breathe a bit of life into the Blues, a bit more energy, a bit more dynamism in their play.
And there's Powell getting his hands on the ball, as he loves to do. Felice and Powell, two huge carriers taking the last two phases. And Gloucester now having to defend hard in their 22. Cooper having a look. Sweeney. Guerra is there.
And Guerra again there. Very big tackling.
There is Gavin Evans on.
Hands are on.
Cooper getting snaffled there by Guerra. Look at the work rate of the open side. Not just to make a mess as he managed to turn it over. Now the Blues have got it back still.
Guerra's had an outstanding first 20 minutes for Gloucester.
James playing scrum half. Blair. There's Rush. Turnover. Excellent defending. And maybe an opportunity too. Blair's having to go all the way back just outside his 22.
That down to aggressive defence by Gloucester. The Blues enjoying a bit of possession. They haven't been able to say that for the first 20 minutes or so. They're really putting pressure on this Gloucester defence, but terrific line. Very strong line. That time Alex Brown put an initial tackle in. Plenty of red jerseys there to turn it over, and a lovely kick downfield from Imono Sapolo. A really aggressive defence by Gloucester.
Team catch. Line it over. Gone off the mark.
Good clean line out there.
Or outside.
Tito,
outside, scrum
the
half.
man taking it, his third year at the Blues, up from Cooper, back from 2 years at Gloucester. Simpson Daniel takes it well.
Centre feet, run away.
Well claimed that time. Kept his eyes on that ball.
Oh, got suffocated there by the chasers from the kick. Excellent kick from Cooper there.
This is an excellent
14
defensive performances on both sides so far. Really aggressive chase, really aggressive defenses on both sides, really. And so much attacking talent on both sides. That time, attacking talent, Simpson Daniel, that time, using his ability in defence, keeping his eyes on that ball. You want that call to be a strong one. Take your eyes off it. Claim it as your own.
Off the mark, you. Step off the mark.
Turnover. Gloucester have managed to work that one out. Tyndall. He's not the man that gets it, Vainicolo. It's the forward pass over the top of Tyndall's head, trying to release Vainicolo.
Looking to go wide on this pass. Laulala steps to go in. And again, the right idea. Trying to release Vainicolo. It's such a rich vein of form at this moment in time. Very physical, and he really enjoyed that little trundle up the field there. But again, Blues have very aggressive rush defence. But if you can pick off that outside centre, it does release the wing out wide.
Oh, look at the aggression in the scrum there. On both sides. It's Powell trying to bounce his way upfield.
The Blues find it very difficult to get us. Set piece platform is one with the line out. It's creaked once or twice already. Two liners lost. That time the scrum under pressure. Did well hold on to the ball though.
The referee letting that one go, and the Blues still chasing hard. Was that forward in the wide channel? Gloucester not too fast because they managed to drive it long. There's one man back. Now Blair gets back to help Powell, who now gets it. Azam's underneath it. Oh, Powell managed to get hold of it again. Well played from him.
I bet he couldn't do that again in 1,000 years.
Through 4 carries for Powell. Oh, and the Gloucester defensive line has been broken. Quite wonderful stepping. It's absolutely perfect. Laulala, that is sensational.
What a try by Laulala. Great balance in his feet as well. Yeah, a lot of that came from that chip from Andy Powell as well. He probably thought it should be written in his contract. He should not have been allowed to kick the ball, but he got away with it this time. Catch that ball. Azam didn't know where that ball was. Kept the ball alive, didn't panic. Into the next phase. And that's just Laulala. His balance, lovely step. That's a beautiful step. Shrugged away the tackle as well. Great pace to move away, and a lovely step once again, and just had enough gas to beat Simpson Daniel to the line. Terrific finish by Laulala, by a class act.
And Gloucester having missed 6 tackles now in this game. The Blues haven't missed 1. Now Laulala wonderfully balanced. This crowd enjoying some quality rugby there.
Yeah, and for all the possession Gloucester had, they haven't crafted that many try-scoring opportunities. Blues have had far less ball and crafted 2 try-scoring chances. Weren't able to take one, but Casey Laulala certainly took his chance. Wonderful try by the centre.
Ball. Fantastic
Again,
step,
steps back inside again. Lovely step inside, shrugged away. Jake Ball that time, and just stepped back inside to score in midfield. Lovely try under the post.
Hewitt's back on after the blood reversal. Kevin Evans off. The acceleration after the step so impressive as well, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Second in the air at the moment.
Yep.
Having a well-deserved rest after that. It's a terrific try.
Bring it back. Better.
And might that open the doors for a few more tries from these sides.
Touch. Pause, engage.
There's some good restarts as well, yeah, and
Stay on now, 9 blue.
making sure that there is a chance to contest. Robinson, Fumano Sapolo, that was forward, and the referee was onto that. That's the second release from Fuimano Sapolo that was forward.
They're looking dangerous, they're picking some good angles. That time, lovely angle. Was that forward? Yes, it was forward by a good yard or so. But they are looking dangerous. They get a chance. A good quality ball, they will attack those wide channels. And why wouldn't you if you got the likes of Simpson, Daniel, and there's Levi Cola out there.
Touch. Down the middle.
So Gloucester, who had so much possession and position in the early part of this game, finding themselves 10-3 down, and the gain line is beginning to be achieved by the likes of Rush. Blair, crossfield, up goes Tyndall. Wants to make the tackle, didn't manage to get the ball. Advantage being played to the home side.
Really under a lot of pressure in the set piece, no one but making the most of it.
Sweeney, lovely break. Oh, it's fantastic from the fly half. And there's Tyndall making the tackle, not only making the tackle, but making sure he jackals it as well to get the turnover. And Robinson says, right, maybe an opportunity for us. And Vernacolo, two men to get him down.
Yeah, Xavier rushed it very, very well there. He used the touchline as his friend.
There's Jake Bohr. Robinson. Straight out. Well, plenty of excitement.
It's going to be a sad loss for the Blues when he leaves for Ulster next season. Tremendous signing for them. First of all, his work at the back of the retreating scrum. Knocks away the first tackle, knocks away the second tackle as well, gets across the gain line when he had no right to do so. That's his ability as an attacking force. Defensively, was able to stand up there, help out his full back, Ben Blair. So defensive work and attacking work by Xavier Rush there.
So the Blues taking out the player. Nowhere near the ball is what Clancy's delivering to the captain Tito.
Again, an exciting game so far. Plenty of movement up and down the field. Lots of ambition from both sides.
Robinson looking for an aggressive touch find and finding one.
Yeah, that's what the Clancy's lost to have there. Have a strong set piece this moment in time so you can use the touchline. This set piece to re-establish some elements of control here, because the game after being in control for pretty much the first 15-20 minutes. Momentum very much gone back to the Blues.
Brown, who calls the line out, calls it to himself. Rumbling infield, bigger blindside now. Robinson, short. Oh, the tackle coming in just as Fuimano Sapolo was trying to take that ball.
And this is what's hurt Gloucester so far in the game. With a couple of forward passes, knock-ons in good field position as well, and good opportunity, not able to make the most of them. And this quality ball they're getting. I don't think the forwards will be too impressed with the backs at this moment in time, considering the talent Gloucester have out there, haven't made the most of the opportunities, haven't been as clinical as the Cardiff Blues have been. You see Fuimano Sapolo shaking his head there, frustration.
Yeah, a couple of forward passes and a knock-on.
Break it up and have that again.
Now then, plenty of movement.
I need you straight
Clancy seems decisive in his adjudication, doesn't he?
What you want from a referee, both sides know where they stand then.
I need to bind up. Closer, wait for it. Crouch! Touch! Red down too early, red down too early.
Rushes off. And didn't get anywhere close to getting 10. So Gloucester retreat for a second time.
Blues trying to keep the tempo up. They know their set pieces under pressure. They don't want a slow game, they want a quick game.
Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah, lovely kick there by Ben Blair. Signed a new contract as well. And the Blues would be delighted to re-sign him.
Yeah, 2 more years. And he's been here 3.5. He's been a big success, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. Very intelligent footballer. Good footballing, bringing him. Famous Blues players and Wales players The greatest player ever at Grace in a rugby field, Gareth Edwards.
Clean catch, line it over.
Robinson. Up it goes. Tyndall's chasing. Blair's underneath it. And gets hit by the World Cup winner. Turnover. Gloucester have got it illegally. And the Gloucester supporters that have come down the road are off their seats in anger, giving the referee the benefit of their wisdom.
Yeah, Josh Clancy's penalising Mike Tyndall, not for the first part, but for the second part, of diving on and off his feet.
As Clancy got it right then, Jan.
Yeah, the good hit there by Mike Tyndall. Gets back on his feet initially. Well, to be honest, I'm not quite sure that should have been a penalty. He got back on his feet.
And James at the front, making it very difficult for the Blues to secure their line-out.
Yeah, Gloucester, good pressure on the line-out yet again. Really is. On the line-out, really going Gloucester's way. That's the third line-out the Blues have lost already in the game.
Pausing. Let's do it. Stay on no scrum half 9. Ball is on.
Certainly some movement there, and it was forward from the Gloucester pack. So Boer has a clean run.
Stop.
Robinson playing for position. James to Robinson, who's inside his 22, has the angle, has time.
Stop then.
No need for Blair to play it.
I'm not quite sure that was the right decision by Nicky Robinson initially to kick that ball. Good ball to attack from that scrum with an attacking line outside him. Looked to kick downfield. Good pick up initially by Borges across that game line. It's good ball laid back. The attacking line decided to kick back. Possibly not the right decision. Again, it's important outside half. It's the mix as well. And we've seen how good a boot he's got. Sometimes you've got to get that mix right.
Gloucester part of a good run until they got upended by Wasps 24-19. They'd won 6 of the last 7. So after a horror start to the season, Gloucester in with a good chance of getting to a final in silverware, and now trailing by 7.
The first knock on was by Red back here.
Yeah,
it's going to be a scrum.
Gloucester have certainly found their way of late, no doubt about it. Obviously lost to Wasps last week. I think they've won 6 of the last 8 games. It's a terrific turn considering the horror show they had ahead of Christmas. Things not going there well. After such a blistering start, first up game against Bath, Guinness Premiership, really outstanding start. They lost the physical battle far too often at the start of the season.
Break it up.
And Kuba, who didn't get that clean ball off the line-out, will be keen for his scrum to deliver him some sort of solidity now.
Yeah, definitely. They've got key players back from injury. Physical presence we've talked about in midfield as well, and in the back row. Obviously Brian Redpath is getting to play the way he wants him to play as well. A lot of change in the off-season, a lot of players leaving.
Zam having a go, but this is Rush, who's so good at getting a little bit of momentum, bit of go forward. Up from Sweeney. All yours, Freddie Burns. And he does take it, and the opportunity now arrives for the fullback. The pass inside on the 22. Guerra was there, and the Blues trying to spoil at the least and get the turnover. Sweeney pushes it high. Simpson-Daniels there, looking for a run. Now offloads, and here's Robinson. Buimana Sapolo. Game opening up here.
There's a lot of opportunities out there. The only strange aspect has only been 1 try so far.
Plenty of intent.
Advantage over.
Tyndall short. Oh, big tackle going in. Tyndall having to make sure the ball does come back.
That's a good tackle by Scott Andrews there.
Out wide, Vanakolo. James was up for the challenge. Now Gloucester would love to release the likes of Varnicola and Simpson-Daniel in space, but the Blues have managed to snuff that space out. Robinson straight out, frustrating for the ex-Cardiff Blues.
I think so. The word you would use, you just Gloucester be feeling off this first half frustration. Lots of opportunities, great takeout with Freddie Burns. Simpson-Daniel, is there a pass outside? I think Chekai did very well to possibly block off that pass. Looked to go inside as well, but again, good scrambling defence. What attitude shown by the Blues in defence that time. So many opportunities for Gloucester, able to take them.
Oh, another one stolen there. Brown doing brilliantly, getting his hand in there.
Hands up, Blue!
As we go towards half-time, Robinson will be determined to try and cut down this 7-point lead. Blair. James.
Stop 10.
Burns. Knocking it up. A little bit too long. And the mark's been taken by Chekai. Blair is not going to find touch. Here's Buxton getting his motor running. James, known as the Bull.
Away for Blue! Thanks, mate.
Lewis with the service to Robinson. Robinson goes round, but Sweeney says, I know that move.
Good work by Kerry Sweeney, the tackle and the steal as well.
Blair just driving Gloucester backwards. And that is ultra safe.
Interesting discussion at half-time with Brian Redpath with the team. I really enjoyed so much quality possession, but haven't crafted that many opportunities. You know, those sort of those drop passes, those sort of forward passes as well. Missed opportunities not to take the next phase on as well. Kick the ball away. So frustrating first half of Gloucester, as well as them in dominating possession, haven't made the most of it.
And Brown again is in the right place at the right time, getting his hand to it. Brown's having an excellent time when it comes to the line-out. And look at the Blues, the way they're fighting to regain the ball, and they have it now for Cooper and Sweeney. Now, Lala and James were there, but not where the ball was.
Tyndall in there again.
Chance to have a Gloucester, maybe. Little chip, that was cheeky. Simpson-Daniel, nice pop inside. There's open play, so retreating Blues player, and James hadn't carte blanche to take the ball. Does Varnicola want this? Nasty one. Does bounce though for Freddie Burns.
Don't obstruct, no 5. Stop. Okay.
Blair deciding to have a dart. Nice running from the All Black.
Yeah, that bit of movement there, that ball good. Pass from Simpson-Daniel going to a Blues hand instead of a Gloucester hand. Pretty symptomatic of this first half from Gloucester at times.
Good drive there from Gloucester as White took it into contact. Sweeney wide, oh, interception! And the perfect half-time try for Freddie Burns and Gloucester. It's underneath the posts. The scores will be level. All that hard work undone.
Very much so, and the tone of the conversation in the change room will be totally different because of this. They've done the hard work, really battled well. And there's so much pressure from Gloucester. That time Freddie Burns just led that pass all the way. He knew exactly that pass was going. Probably no need to pass the ball wide. Needed to get that ball back downfield. Freddie Burns read, and all of a sudden all those frustrations that have been mounting for Gloucester, not creating enough opportunities, not taking the chances of all the possession they had, really will dissipate because of that try by Freddie Burns.
Oh, how a game turns. Gloucester were pressing, but were trailing by 7. Now the scores are level. Half-time yarn.
Gloucester really dominated so much of the first phase ball. Territorially enjoyed so much of the opportunities as well, but not making the most of it up until our last try by Ferry Burns. The Blues battling really well, crafted 2 opportunities from next to nothing, and some brilliant work by both Lazy Lau Lau and also by Tom James, but really intriguingly poised this game.
Laulala and Burns to score the tries. A final spot at stake, 10 points each.
Yeah, and both teams trying to play
the wings, but you know, I think he's got to get involved. Simpson Daniel had a bit of a indifferent sort of first half, getting him more involved. Tyndall as well. Been impressed with Freddie Burns, apart from his trial right at the end there. I've been impressed with him. Good young player, you know, and I've been impressed with him. So Nicky Robinson got a couple of interesting kicks and what have you, but he's had a mixed half as well. So you know, it's all there for Gloucester and Blues to. Somebody's got to go and take it.
OK, teams are back out. Let's rejoin Yain and Will.
Well, the Blues have got a good run on Gloucester. They've won the last 4 clashes, of course, winning that thriller in November in the pool stages. 26-25, Sweeney with a penalty in the 79th minute, and it's Sweeney that is lining up for this second half. 10 points each, a final spot in the offing with, of course, Northampton and Saracens to play later. Beautiful take from Tyndall. We've seen him do it so many times for England, haven't we?
All onside.
Blair accelerates to get the ball, and he finds Rush. Rush crabbing across, but you can bet your bottom dollar he's going to roll and bounce his way forward, which he does.
Yeah, he got himself out of trouble there. Running across the field is not what you want to do. He was able to straighten up right at the end.
Lots of energy and vigour, isn't there?
A huge amount. And they're all having a nice cup of tea at half-time. Full of that energy and a lot of enthusiasm in that first half. A lot of movement, a lot of ambition on both sides. Let's hope the second half is a repeat.
Still clean catch, stay. Okay.
It is from Dave Lewis. Cleanly taken by James. He gets his way nearly around Vainikolo, who grabs hold of his ankles. Guerra making the tackle. Oh, a little knock on there from Felice, the turnover, but there was possibly another knock on. The referee's letting it go.
After another good drive by Stephen Rush yet again.
Stop one, stop.
They were able to turn that ball over, kick downfield.
Come on, you've got to do better for me there, okay? Keep retreating.
Blair.
Stay 2, 6 stop.
Burns, the man with the intercept, just on the stroke of half-time, hits it high. Beautifully taken there by James. Good feet, and still driving forwards.
Yeah, good play there by Tom James. A bit of a blow to the confidence after playing his England for Wales at Twickenham. He seems to be recovering a lot of that confidence now.
Super kick there from Sweeney. This is Burns
Bring
again.
Side, keep retreating, keep on.
Hitting it high, and the ball goes as far as James, who's been immaculate in this second half. Now maybe a chance for the Blues, who decided to ship this one a little bit wider. Chekai being hunted down. Oh, there's Rush again offering himself as a runner. Robinson.
Bring him on.
Big left foot. Finding touch.
Decent distance that time from Nicky Robinson. See Tom James been in the play an awful lot in the second half. Terrific catch this is. Under pressure from Angera. And again confronted that time by Vainikolo. Yet again another good take. And again it's a swirling wind here today. Caught those high balls very well.
Stop.
Up it goes into the sunlight.
7 stop.
Well taken from Burns. This is Vainikolo stepping, straightening, and straight through. Nice pop inside. Oh, the flip. Oh, it's been taken. Well played from Gloucester. There's the quick ball. Monaco again. Still looking to the short side. Robinson. Monaco showing how dangerous he can be when he just steps and breaks that defensive line. He's having another go.
Right, brought down that time by Tito, needed to make that tackle.
Azam.
No hands, Blue! No hands!
Blues desperately trying to slow this one up. Dave Lewis puts his head down.
Glos, they're looking to attack the blind side as well, trying to pull this Blues defence, put pressure on the midfield, trying to pull them from one side, make those gaps, make those openings.
Head down from Eustace, who's on for Jake Bourke. Simpson Daniel now has to do the defensive work. It's Chekai having a run at him. Simpson Daniel gets back. Turnover.
Advantage.
There's Wood deciding to go to the floor rather than trying to ship it on.
A lot of these turnovers are adding to the excitement of the game, but also to the frustrations from both teams, probably. So many opportunities. You see the Vine corner there. It's the power and the ability, and a good step for a big man as well. That time easily passed, good offload, lovely take. That time by Nguera that time. Keep that drive going forward. Good hands that time for Gloucester, but again, not able to put the finishing touches to it. Again, the power and the pace of that man. Lovely offload that time. That time from Sapolo onto Nguera as well. Can't quite put the finishing touches to it.
Yeah, didn't see him.
And Pierre Capdevielle is on at tight head for Paul Doran-Jones of Gloucester. Tito receiving attention.
No. You're open.
Plenty of experience in the Gloucester lineup. 5 players with over 200 appearances. Azam, Buxton, Simpson, Daniel, Hazelin, Eustace.
No, show me. It's not. It's an open wound that you have there.
So
you need to go to the sideline. You can bring on a blood sub.
So a blood sub is what's been ordered by Clancy for Daff Hewitt.
Take him to the sideline, guys.
He won't want to go off, of course, just getting his 4th start. No Roberts. It gives him a chance to shine. 10 points each in a semi. What a big 35 minutes left.
Very much an awful lot at stake, particularly with the Gloucester, the opportunity possibly getting Heineken qualification for next year through winning this tournament. Also for both sides who struggled so much at the start of the season, potential silverware. It's a huge attraction.
Time back on.
Yeah, the season so easily
left leg.
could have petered to a close, but there's something very special on offer here.
Touch. Pause, engage. Down the
Gloucester
middle.
last lifted a trophy in 2006, the Challenge Cup. And of course, the Blues lifted this trophy last season, the only time since they became a region.
I need to both of you bind higher, okay? You
Nasty shiner there.
Closer.
Aye.
Crouch. Touch. Pause, engage. Let's go. Keep it square, Blue.
Taken. Driven up hard there by Eustace. Robinson. Oh, big hit going in there. Oh. Excellent thumping tackle from Lala. Another advantage. Very open game.
It's been again another opportunity lost because of a turnover. You know, it is adding to the excitement of it all, but somewhere one of these sides has to take advantage of these turnovers. That's a terrific tackle by Laulala, upending Tyndall. That's a terrific drive back in the tackle as well. Forces the turnover, but the Blues couldn't make the most of it. The ball goes back to the Gloucester, and you see 8 turnovers conceded by Gloucester, 5 by the Blues in open play. No wonder it's an exciting game, no wonder it's end-to-end.
And often talked about as the best ball, the turnover ball.
Stay on back row.
They've got to be clinical when you get it.
Burns, the Gloucester try scorer. And Sweeney put his foot on that one. Robinson looked up and saw the likes of Laulala coming up quickly. Lovely, lovely
Release the ball.
drive through there by Robinson.
Foot on the line is touch. Leave the ball, 12, go away from
They're
it.
going to get the line out, I think, Gloucester.
We're going to have a line out. Relax. Good thinking.
Decision here from Nicky Robinson. He looks up as he sees that Tom James has come up.
Red ball.
Plenty of space behind him.
Storm it.
Ball refuses
Take it
to
from
roll
James.
on. Tom James not quite sure what he wants to do there, and that's what he wants. When a winger chasing
10 to
back,
15,
you want doubt in his mind, particularly when you hear the thundering hooves of Vinocola coming behind him.
Good line out
Good
taken
kick there by Nicky Robinson.
by James. And Robinson reminding everybody here what they're missing.
Over here, guys.
The ex-Cardiff Blues fly half now waiting and watching and letting his Gloucester forwards do a little bit of damage.
Hands out now, Blue.
As the ball just a couple of metres short from this Blues line. Driving again.
Roll tacklers. Advantage.
Close. And Gloucester have a free hit here, advantage being played.
Knocked down by Blue, no knock on.
So knock on. Guerra shipping it, trying to get it in the corner. So the referee saying there's now offside, so penalty to Gloucester.
Yeah, initially playing an advantage for a knock-on, and then been penalised and the Blues
Tacklers
have been
not rolling,
offside.
And on to 6, get your hands out there at the breakdown. Get your hands out
Xavier
there.
Rush been penalised that time.
Yeah, it's moved around.
At the moment, Gloucester are still not making the most of the advantage they're enjoying in the set piece.
Stay on the line.
Cherry White's happy to try and just get the nudge ahead by 3, so they're going for the uprights.
Yeah, it's
Would
an
you...
interesting call that.
Yep.
On the wrong side of the field for Nicky Robinson. Left-footed. A big call. Gone again for the line out or gone for the scrum. Keep that pressure on. But again, in a scoreline that's 10-all, I think Gloucester want to get ahead.
Water.
So, big call. I might have been inclined to go for a set piece myself, but
Oh, you're always the gambler.
but I can see for me to say so safely on the wing.
Robinson.
No.
Maybe you're right. Not quite getting it on the button.
Hindsight's a wonderful thing, though. Yeah.
The Blues trying to do something special, but the referee's not having any of it.
Exactly.
Blues feel good against English teams at home. They've won 10 of the last 11 tussles. And you get the feeling that this one's going to go right to the final whistle as well. Here's Robinson. Involved in so many of those victories for
Stop
the Blues over the years. Now just pushing Xavier Rush and his mates all the way back into their 22, and it hasn't been altogether happy at line-out time for the Blues either.
Yeah, perhaps I was a little bit critical of Nicky Robinson in the first half, of cross kicking a little wastefully, but
organised,
two
yeah.
very good kicks in the start of the
Hold the
second
throw,
half.
hold the throw.
Make sure the Cardiff Blues are having to play out of their 22 a couple of times. So keeping the pressure on this Blue side. And you see the pressure there exerted on the Blues. They've lost 5 line-outs already.
Not even 50%.
Stay inside.
Half an hour left. It's a blustery wind.
Keep him off the mark now, off the mark. Okay, sir.
So far, seems to be a bit of a carbon copy of the start of the game. And really pressure coming on from Gloucester. A dogged, determined sort of defence by the Blues, keeping them in it.
A lot of footwork from Brown before the ball was thrown in, but it was well executed.
Roll tackler
Good leg
5.
drive there from Buxton. Robinson looking to break, pops it up nicely, and Guerra! And Guerra's still
Roll.
nearly there. Gloucester
Advantage.
desperate for that ball. They've got the advantage and the penalty. The referee, he's going to his pocket, you know.
A rocket formed. I know, but a rock formed then.
White gets the yellow card. The Blues are down to 14.
Yeah, lovely attack on the blind side yet again by Nicky Robinson. This sin bin in for Ben White.
Rocket farm in its
Is that the critical moment in this game? Gloucester Star take advantage. Oh, their advantages. I think they've got to make the most of this now. Exert to keep the pressure on. -1 forward. I think they'll go for a scrum.
All line out, scrum.
Scrum option.
Scrum taken. And Gloucester again with all that possession, and now a man advantage.
Closer.
And everyone in
Closer,
Wales will
Blues.
know
Here's a mark, look.
how important a man advantage is. Didn't work for Wales yesterday, losing a man. And of course those 17 points against England. Now, can the Blues hold out?
Okay.
Yeah. Pressure's coming on now from Gloucester. And Blues will want to take the steam out of this Gloucester position. Gloucester enjoyed such an advantage in the scrum. But it's not always that easy to make the most of it.
Blues, no, closer. I need you closer. Crouch!
And the Blues would like a few resets, wouldn't they?
Blues down to early.
Free kick taken quickly. Robinson. Tyndall cutting back, bounces his way through one. Real urgency from Gloucester to get themselves ahead. They've got this man advantage. They've got to try and get a chokehold on this game when they do have a man on the Blues. Azam decides to shift it. Oh, good pass as well. James trying to roll his way over.
Leave him, captain.
Tackle just coming in there. That's how close the try line is.
Hands up, Blue. No.
Lewis. Again, the Blues, just about with their scramble defence, bring the man down. Deciding to shift now, there's a man over, the timing of the pass is perfect. Simpson Daniel.
It had to happen. They enjoyed so many extra men there. They had to take advantage of it at the end. Very aggressive defence for the Blues. Looked you're going to keep him out, but that line was tantalisingly close so often for the Blues. And this is the initial break. Again, good right angle yet again from Will James. Good drive, stayed in his feet, good drive. Again, looking to go back the other way. And again, too many extra men outside. They had the man advantage. Again, simple stroll in for Simpson Daniel. Had to come eventually. Well, that's coming from the pressure being exerted at the start of the second half by Gloucester.
Simpson Daniel making the Blues pay for their indiscipline, and now Robinson wanting to twist the knife even further. Oh, that's a sweet strike. Gloucester 7 points up, and that's useful in this tight game.
And still got a good 7 minutes or so with that extra man advantage as well. Good wide passes. All Tyndall to do is straighten up, take the man out to release Simpson Daniel out wide.
Oh, big hit going in there from Tito. And Eustace playing his 235th game for the club. Oh, good chase from that restart.
Yep.
It was a great attitude shown by the Blues, really
Inside.
out-muscled time again, particularly in the set piece, but they're really keeping it going. Great character and attitude shown by them.
Good fight for the inches there.
Hands out, not red.
Gloucester all lined up. But Felice, look at the power of the man. Oh, nearly through. Nearly under the post. Big chance now for the Blues. Remember, they're still with 14 men. What character being shown by the home side. Felice having another go. Exciting stuff. Cooper nearly passes it out, but into the guts of this Gloucester defence. Gloucester managed to slow it. Oh, where is the ball? Turnover?
It looks as if they turned that over as well.
Blair's running back to cover the wide open spaces. Robinson. The ball's still in play. Here's Blair. He's on his own. Oh, was that a bit high? Advantage being played, it is. Rush.
Some big hits going in there, but also some exciting rugby as well.
James pops it up. Inside from Blair. Cooper.
There's no advantage. Hold on, back here. It's back here, I gotta give you the mark.
Blair's littered all over the floor. Not reason to smile quite yet.
It's a more exciting game than that. But again, an opportunity here. This time is Power looking to dive over. Perhaps that ball needed to go back into Gareth Cooper's hands. Made the decision and got turned over. Was it the right decision? Well, we'll never know that. But yeah, that tackle going in by Will James there on Ben Blair.
And the Blues, who have conceded that converted try, just with 4 minutes left on the bin.
Take the front.
Yeah. Good attacking position. Can they secure the ball from the line out, though? That's the big question for the Blues.
Organise it.
Just over a quarter of the game gone. The line out is secure.
Yeah. Front ball.
Look at that drive from Gloucester. Trying to make a mess of the line out, which they have done. Over 50% of the Blues line out ball has ended up being turned over.
Yeah, didn't take any chances though. Through to the front, trying to secure any sort of possession.
Cooper, Felice.
Release it, Red. Ball was
Very strong the last 5 minutes, Felice.
No, knock on. No, knock on. Rock. Leave it now.
Cooper's at the bottom of that, is he? Driven again, hard and aggressive over the gain line. One more phase, ever closer now.
That man, Xavier Rush, very much at the forefront.
Look at Gloucester trying to drive through on the counter-ruck to try and steal the ball. They've thieved it once in this position already.
Advantage, Captain.
It's the forwards again. They're going to reset. James, he's powerful, he's built like a forward, but look at them, the way they drive him back, Gloucester.
Yeah, plenty of red jerseys there from Gloucester to drive James back.
This time the kick.
I think down one man, I think they've got to take the points here on the Blues. There's only 7 points in it.
Shot of goals.
Great heart, dynamism and energy being shown, isn't it?
The Blues are in a different place where Gloucester were originally. They're down by one man, you take the points. See the drive, very physical. You see Tom James pick up the ball then, being driven back. Timing him very physical on that tackle area at this moment in time. And that time, Gloucester coming in from an offside position.
So just under a couple of minutes left on the white sin bin. They're 100% so far today. And it's going to remain so. 3 points.
Yeah, good response here from the Blues. Under pressure, down by one man. Showing that character. A willingness for the fight.
For red. Red 12 and red 1.
Alistair Dickinson, who got a bang on the head last week, is going to come on
Cardiff.
for Nick Wood. And Tim Molinar, the ex-Nottingham player, replacing Fuamana Sapolo.
Tim Holland's gone well for Gloucester in the midfield. Yeah, another physical presence in the midfield.
Up the middle, Tyndall's there. Tyndall loves those restarts up the middle, doesn't he? But this is the Blues, check out. Chipping and Powell's there as well. Robinson says, I'm just going to get off the pitch. Apologies for the language there.
The Blues always looking for the counter-attack, very eager. And that ball bouncing back nicely. Good pass away, good early pass away.
Powell steaming his way and then pops it up nicely, driven on one more. Cooper. Sweeney trying to hand and gear off.
Yeah, looked to go wide that time. Read though at Glos the numbers out wide. So they're all onto it.
Rush. Now Lala, he doesn't need much of an opportunity, and again such a sensational step, just a little flip as well, just to try and keep this ball moving.
Such a great strong step.
Felice really beginning to come into this game. 3 or 4 big charges so far in this second half. Cooper slipping it back inside to his hooker.
Off his foot, no, not gone.
Robinson just managed to kick it forward, but here comes the counter from the Blues. Tackle comes in on Hewitt. Gloucester a man down at the moment.
So much going on in this game, end to end.
Here's Blair. James. Laulala.
Leave it, right, leave it.
Still Gloucester with a man down. I think it's Lewis receiving attention, so it's 14 on 14 at the moment. Cooper. Tito.
Big tackling from Mungera again there.
Time off, please, Tony.
Pretorius and Molatika now coming on, replacing Andy Powell. And the Simbin are back on as well.
A lot of effort going on out there, a lot of energy. Given by both sides. Molatika coming on for Powell.
And as mentioned earlier, Lewis was struggling during the final few phases, so Jordi Pascalin, who was on the bench, came off the bench for England under-20s versus Scotland under-20s on Friday up in Glasgow, having a busy weekend of it. England under-20s winning that one.
It's a lot of walking wounded out there. That is the pace and tempo and the physicality of the game as well from both sides. Both teams be commended for the way they've gone into this game.
Well, we got Northampton Saracens coming up. Northampton, of course, on course to challenge for 3 competitions this season. The only English team that can do that from 4 o'clock. As Molatika head down.
Roll tackler. Leave him now. 2, leave him.
There's 4 points separating this very entertaining match. Molatika again he does bring some urgency, and that's just Felice. Oh.
There's some hits going in there, brings tears to your eyes watching some of these hits going in.
5 runs there from Felice. Molatika's already taken 2 or 3 up. And there he is again, wanting that short ball. This is Cooper breaking. Brilliant from the Lion. Oh, the referee very quick to penalise the Blues.
Yeah, down penalised. Off the feet and in at the side. Very quick to pick that up, George Clancy. Lovely break. This is get one. Gal Cooper has some form. Lightning quick on the break, real acceleration. Pretty much Ben Young's similar sort of acceleration of a standing start. Really explodes into it. But the only thing you can't believe is only 2 tries scored so far in this game.
James nearly got that try in the first half from the chip and collect.
No hands, Blues.
Azam is there.
Centre, back, centre.
No Frenchman has played more times for an English club than Olivier Azam. Owns a restaurant actually in Cheltenham, so somewhat anglicised. There with the pass.
Stop.
Robinson driving that one very deep. Sweeney to Blair.
Stop, 2, stop.
Vinacolo
All on side
passes
now.
it in field to Robinson. Up it goes, a little bit long maybe.
Okay, so you're looking up to see if there's an opportunity to counter-attack. Plenty of Gloucester jerseys up there, though. Good kick downfield by him. Just relieves the pressure.
Next time.
Not mucking about. Ball staying in play as quickly as possible.
The pace and the energy of this game is relentless, really is. A thoroughly enjoyable game.
No, it's not out. It's not out. There you go. Pack, wait, pack.
Robinson just goes for depth. Blair's there.
Bring him on. Keep retreating.
Very good take from
Away, no way.
Molineux. Robinson out wide. Again, Gloucester quite happy to play for territory if they don't think it's on. Sweeney on his own.
But if your set piece is as good as Gloucester's been so far this season, you line out and you scrum, you're quite happy to carry on playing for the territory.
Bring him on.
On comes Darren Allenson, former Scarlets Academy. In at scrum half.
Well, that was a better game from Gareth Cooper, though. Starting to show a little bit more confidence, a bit more form. Had a tough season so far.
Yeah, he started the Six Nations, didn't he? But now it's Richie Rees, his Cardiff Blues teammate, that's playing for Wales. Robinson juggles with it, but
Away, tacklers.
ships it on.
Rock.
Azam to Tito. You can hear the thump from here.
Release at 21. Rock. Yeah, that's out.
The referee very clear in saying the ball is out. And the Blues
Holding the ball on the ground.
get that sought-after penalty.
Look at the number of tackles both sides have made, over 100 tackles so on already in the game. Still got 10, 12 minutes yet to go. Commitment shown by both sides has been admirable. And that man, really shown by example, the captain, Paul Tito, really thrown himself bodily in these contact areas.
And maybe a reflection partly that they're actually putting the ball through the hands rather than just kicking it up in the air.
Red 2. Red 2.
Darren Davidoff is coming on for Olivier Zam. There we have it.
Marcus here.
Ukrainian grandfather, Ras Davidoff.
Red. Off the mark. Off the mark. Blues, bring it forward. Bring it forward. Hold it there now, don't encroach.
So just over 10 minutes left. Good line out now, Sweeney. Here's a set-piece move. They would have practiced that one in training, but Gloucester saw that coming.
Leave it now, 16. Roll
Gloucester
tackle.
still good for defence at the moment. Allenson, Sweeney. Now Lala head down, and there's James, who's got through a lot of defensive work.
Away, 16. Rock, no hands. It's out.
That ball's out, and Allenson's had that one nicked. And Guerra. Beautiful pop inside. Chance now maybe to kill the game. It's Simpson Daniel.
What a well-crafted try that was from that turnover ball. And that Allison, the scrum half of the Blues, and he just come off the field, perhaps not quite with the pace of the game. Again, that ball is out. It's there to be taken, steal the ball, attacked on the blind side, take advantage of these turnovers. And again, beautifully crafted. Ungera does exceptionally well there. Ball in one hand, looks for the inside pass. Beautiful pass and a lovely scissors that time. That's what you want your wing to do. Your centre's there, he's looking for your wing to make a decision. A lovely inside pass that time. Got taken out, but a lovely inside pass for Simpson down to finish. Beautifully crafted try. That's what you do with a turnover.
Simpson Daniel with his second try. It looks so simple, it's so slick, so much pace, and as a result, a dead easy conversion for Robinson, and Gloucester are looking very good for it now.
Yeah, that's what he wanted, the wing at the moment, and he's in fine form at the moment in time, scoring tries for fun. Ungera has had a superb game, great hands by him. He's a warrior, he'll keep going. He's an outstanding game.
There's Hazel waiting
Time off, please, Tony.
for
Time off, Tony.
Angera. There's
7 red.
Hazel, his 13th season at Gloucester. He'd love to help his side to a final. He's on now. Pulled his hamstring off the bone, 4 months out for Hazel,
Time back on.
but now fit and rearing to go. Tyndall.
The gauntlet's been thrown down to the Blues. Can the Blues respond? They've done so before. Can they do it again? What a terrific game of rugby, though.
Rush.
And if anybody's going to lead a fight back, it's that man, Xavier Rush, who's again, it's an outstanding game.
But look at the way Gloucester are hunting that, the tackle jackal there. 13 carries for Rush, but it's still Gloucester with the turnover that's giving them now the position from this penalty.
Yeah, that try certainly has energised him, taking the pressure off the Cherry and Whites. They're in there, tackle jackal position, trying to steal that ball. And ball being held on by Xavier Rush.
That was the little young scrum half, Geordie Pascaline, doing the dirty work there, getting his head over the ball.
Here's your mark, Blues. Yeah, you can stand there.
So the line out, the clock on Gloucester's side, the score is 11 points up to the visitors.
Good catch.
No risks
Stay,
needed,
stay,
straight to the front.
and stay. Line it out. Still him on, still him on.
Gloucester maintaining the pressure on the Blues, using that packed all up to drive that back towards the Blues 22.
Still Gloucester drive on into the 22 now. They'll be quite happy as they grind their way towards the Blues line. Ever closer now. This is an excellent drive from the Cherry and Whites. Quite superb. The try line is pretty close now. And this would be a thumping finish for Gloucester.
Leave it now, leave it.
Just gets pulled down to the floor.
That drive would have been energy sapping for the Blues and morale sapping as well. Exactly what the Cherry Whites needed to do. Exert their authority in that area.
And just over 6 minutes left, and this is where Gloucester want to be camped. Robinson, straight up the middle, and so much physicality
No hands
being shown today. Robinson again, maybe a try for Robinson. Oh, nearly against his old team.
Advantage knock on.
It's a turnover, so the Blues will escape this perilous position.
Yeah, and David Hewitt looks in some trouble out there. Oh, there's a huge hit on him there.
Stop, seven, stop. Advantage over.
Molina. Beaten one. Takes 3 to bring him down. Simpson Daniel is out wide. Is he going to get his hat-trick? Are they going to ship it out wide to him? He's just there. He just wants a one-on-one. Blair's scampering across, trying to make sure that he cuts it out. And Simpson Daniel's after this. Chance for Simpson Daniel. He's got it! A hat-trick for a Gloucester favourite. And the visitors are into the final.
Yeah, that pressure being exerted. Players scattered all over the field. Eddie Burns just saw the opening behind, no one at home. Scampering away. Simpson Daniel to finish. Really are making the most of their superiority at this moment in time. Enjoying so much ball, so much time, so much space. Whilst I know they're taking advantage.
And brilliant from Burns, not just to see it, but to execute it as well. The young fullback having a very good day. And Robinson's still down, so Freddie Burns will have a shot at the uprights.
Yeah, there's a lot of players. David Hewitt also walking off. Nicky Robinson on the far touchline as well. Such the effort put in by both sides today, and it must have been an excellent game of rugby.
just fading away, not quite, but what a dink through from Burns. So 4 minutes left, and
Can you just wait a minute, kicker? Can you just wait a
what an
moment?
explosion of excellence in this
Time off. Are we good to go?
second half from
Good to go on the
Gloucester,
sideline, guys.
just managing to stretch away, 10 points each at half-time.
Time on.
And good news, Nicky Robinson. Both Cardiff Blues and Gloucester supporters will be very pleased about that.
Yeah, and job done for him as well. Enjoying very comfortably this moment in time, going towards the end of the game.
Roll tackler.
Nothing fancy needed by Gloucester. Burns, of course, very
Six, stop,
comfortable
six.
in the fly-half slot, been playing fly-half for England under-20s through the course of the campaign. Simpson-Daniel just chases
Bring
Checker,
onside.
but this is Blair.
Stop.
Had no option.
It's terrific chase there by Gloucester. Really putting pressure, no chance of a counter-attack there at all. There's been some excellent performances all over the field for me today. For the Blues, Xavier Rush has been inspirational form, carrying the ball in the retreating scrum time and time again. Really shown great qualities out there. For the Gloucester, Simpson-Daniel, 3 tries of him as well, really taking advantage, particularly the late on in the game. But for me, the star of the show, the LV man of the match, has been Akapusi Mgera. His dynamism around the field, his tackling ability, his carrying ability as well. He's been outstanding. He's my LV man of the match, Akapusi Mgera.
3 tries for a winger, not being given by a winger.
The groundwork's been done before that. The groundwork's been done.
Broke up, yeah.
Punishing work by
Hands over,
Mgera.
Blues. Stay.
Burns. Here's Simpson-Daniel deciding to ship it on, and Tyndall does drop that, so Malala still fighting, still looking for the opportunities.
Advantage over.
There's a try now coming for the Blues, maybe in the corner. It does get scored. It's Kerry Sweeney.
You'll admire the resilience. He'll come back time and time again. Great attitude. That's what he wants from a side. Suffering a lot of injury blows as well. They keep coming back fighting. Prepared to go back, not prepared to concede. Kept that pressure going. Casey Lowlow's had a very strong game also for the Blues today. And Kerry Sweeney just scores in the far corner. That'll be too late.
5 tries in this game, and credit to both sides the way they've approached it.
Lots of ambition, great positive attitude from both sides. The physical aspect's been there as well, but also the intent to attack, play attacking rugby and be positive. And also, you got to compliment, obviously, George Clancy, the referee, for setting the tone as well. David Young will be disappointed his side are down with a couple of minutes to go. I'm also pleased with many elements. He has to sort out the set piece. Set piece isn't providing the sort of quality platform that the Blues need. They can score tries, but the quality of platform came from the likes of Akapusi Mgera, the LV man of the match, and the rest of his pack really set the tone for this game.
So just 45 seconds left in this pulsating match. Beautiful sunshine.
Bring him
Blues
inside.
just
Stop, no, stop.
pushing that one long. His voice, he knows all about winning silverware. Will Gloucester get the silverware that they desire? They're going to be in the final. They're going to get a shot at it.
Moving.
It's Northampton or Saracens that wait in the second semi later on this afternoon.
Well, it'll take some effort to repeat the quality of this game. Enjoyable this game has been. And both sides are really regaining the confidence, and that's come across loud and clear.
Last play. Last
Okay.
play.
Last play being called by the referee. Halfway, and the drop goal attempt.
Fairly ambitious attempt from that far out.
The Gloucester supporters rise as one for a fantastic second half performance. They are into the LV Cup final.
They had the control, huge chunks of the game, didn't always make the most of it. Their dominance of the set piece, their scrum on the liner as well. A terrific all-round display, and particularly in the last 20 minutes or so as well. That pressure took its toll on the Cardiff Blues, who never lay down. great attitude by them, scored some great tries of their own, the likes of Laulala, and that try by Sweeney right at the end. Simpson Daniel got a hat-trick today on the back of the work, and the rest of the team have done as well. He's in a wonderful vein of form, but the Cherry White supporters have been thrilled at their performance of Gloucester today. It really has been an excellent game of rugby by two sides, full of ambition, full of positive intent.
And revenge might be pretty sweet as well. Humiliated in the final last year at Twickenham, 50 points to 12, and now Gloucester get a chance using the Blues as a stepping stone into the final once again.
And momentum with them. They're very much in form at this moment in time. They've now won 7 of the last 9 games, no doubt about that. They're confident. They look forward to playing the final, potential silverware, and also a potential avenue into Heineken Cup for next season.
Well, let's have a listen to a very happy Gloucester skipper, Mike Tyndall.
Mike, can you believe, having lost the first 2 games in this tournament, you're now in the final?
I know, with the format of the competition this time, it meant that you could do that. You had the opportunities to stay in there till the end. I think that was probably to make sure teams kept putting out their best teams and made sure the competition was a good one. And you know, Cardiff have been a problem team for us in the past, and it's just nice to, you know, both teams were missing sort of 8 or 9 players, and it was just nice to get a win over them finally.
With that in mind, was revenge sweet this afternoon?
Yeah, I still can't believe I dropped that ball over there, which they scored off. I'm still a bit disappointed by that, but yeah, revenge. You know, we've had heartbreak from them in the Heineken Cup before, and obviously last year in the final was a big blow to us. So yeah, it's nice to be back there, and hopefully we can do a better job next week at Worcester.
How important was that Freddie Burns try on the stroke of half-time?
I think very important. You know, we always knew with how hard they press. It was going to be hard work for the first 40, and it was. You know, you're sort of running into a wall all the time. Freddie made a great decision there, and that really sort of gave us a good lift going straight into half-time.
Well, congratulations. Look forward to next week.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you.
Yeah, well done to Gloucester, getting a bit of revenge for a loss to Cardiff Blues in last year's final. They'll the first team into the final next weekend at 6 Ways. And it probably was that Freddie Burns try just before the break that precipitated that second half.